Ladies and gentlemen, greetings and hello. I've wanted to film a video in this world for a really long time, and it never felt quite right. It's a really special world, there's a great big story about it, and I want to just show you guys around. We're doing this very casually. This will be just a couple minutes of glancing around. Here's the features of this world. It's the first world I ever had. It was made with the help of a few people who were special, mainly one who was really special to me. And then I'll talk about like the principle behind why I've chosen this world in this moment, and then we'll move on to what else it is that I need to say in the video. For the world tour first, we're going to start in this little circle. These little white pages all behind us are notes from about a year ago. It's a design document for MMC when we were working on that, and I'll pull that out here. It's a rinky dink. It's so rinky dink. It was intended to be called Flappy Chat. When you're on Twitch, chat could take turns playing little commands, and then the guy would like jump up and down. This one doesn't work. There's a published version somewhere, but it was broken. It kind of works, sort of. But I was just barely getting into Resonite. I was busy falling in love during it, so I was not very good team member. But we did that work here in this world. And there's just not really a polite way to grab the camera super duper, but we're going to be okay with that. The couch over here is, I think, the first asset, or one of the first assets in this world, and it blew my mind. That's like, wow, you can just spawn out a couch and sit in it, and then we would like watch YouTube videos and hang out just a little bit, and my life has just never been the same. This couch was really cool. And then real quick, as far as assets go, one of the very first things that happened was this one. This little itty bitty tiki torch guy. You can't see it super well. I'll like size it down, I guess. But this little tiki torch is an asset from a beach world, which was one of my first Resonite videos. I was really proud of it. And it was also the first live stream I did in Resonite. And that's where I met, you know, the fish, who was and remains important to me, even though we're not together anymore. But he remembered that the torches there didn't have little lights, or you moved the light, but the flame wasn't actually attached. And he remembered that. And so the sweetheart little guy, like, remembered and made it for when we first made this world, is he spawned in the couch, but then he also fixed a light to this thing that follows around. And I don't even know how he did it, but that was super meaningful. It's such a sweet little gesture, and this has been at the center of Spawn ever since. And over here, you can see in the background, let's get a little bit closer, just kind of like a little work zone. This is prototyping out Flux on a whiteboard, and we were both learning Flux at the same time. We were both new to the program, and the world just slowly started getting more cluttered as we were trying to figure things out. But it was a beautiful first world. And in the background, well, okay, so in this side, that is a Snow Patrol concert. One from, it's like the Baloise session. I think they're in Switzerland or something like that. It's an hour and 15 minutes, and I watched that on repeat. I like Snow Patrol a lot, but it was really important for that time of life because those songs are really sweet and meaningful and just kind of, oh, they're heartfelt. It's good music. And so that's still just been in this world because I would listen to that, several concert videos, but that one in particular, I've seen so many times. But then off in this direction, there's that skyscraper, which breaks. And my good friend Red put that in there. And on the first or second day of this world, when we were still building it, I remember, well, what is even going on in my play space? I'm like up against a wall. What? But anyway, it was my friend Red who spawned that out, and it comes from a world where you get to be Godzilla or something, a whole city that knocks apart. If you went there, the building, you can just bap it over and it falls apart. And that was just kind of like a fun thing. And it was all of us together. Red was helping us with MMC and was also really important to me during that little early days of me learning Resonite. And I was going to bring this next little bit to us, but I couldn't really figure that out. So we're crouching down because we attached a picture to the back of this couch. Oh, my tracking. Oh, goodness gracious. Just there's a picture there. And so this is technically a picture of the picture. Don't worry about it. Don't think too hard. And we got to talk about this real quick because first of all, that's Spec, and then here we have Gray, who was uh, one of the first friends I made in Resonite, and is responsible for the whole chain of events. He got us introduced, and he was pretty key for MMC. Also, as a big part of that team. And we don't spend as much time together as we ever used to, and I think a lot of that is because I got super self-absorbed with being dramatically in love and super busy and really self-centered. And in this picture, actually, that is a Keen concert. Keen, this one's a little bit of a harder YouTube video to find. It's like a 3-hour concert, but that's really good too. I like Keen a lot. I think there's 3 more things to show you now. This one, this little hill, I don't have the version of the world that's filled out, but Red, because I would sit there, I wanted to watch my concert videos, and Red made a beautiful little garden scene, lots of flowers with a little bench there, and it was one of the very first times that I knew I wanted something, but I had no clue how to do it, and I asked for help, and Red was super gracious in just offering that, and it was just a really sweet moment of hanging out and building out a world together, and at the time that meant a tremendous amount. And then this next one's going to be just a little bit of a trek. We're going to keep the framing of it in the background. It's that little, those stairs is the first thing I ever built. Actually, I think the platform. I built the platform because I knew I wanted a platform in this world. And then the stairs I built out, let's go take a look at them. They're super janky. And we're just going to swing on over here to the stairs. And, hoo boy, are these some, you know, apprentice level carpenter. You know, this is like the school project you do in shop class in middle school, and it's a participation trophy, and everyone celebrates you for the work you did, even though you know. But this is one block that I copied, and then I glued them together, and I did that forever. I didn't do a very good job, but it's mine. And now we're going to go up to the platform, and that's going to be where we'll finish off the video. But when we get up there, there's going to be one more, like, world showcase bit to do. And for this one, I'm just going to bring the camera on up a little bit and fall off. Which means, actually, I am just going to jump cut to on top of the platform instead, where we are now. And you can see down there is everything I just barely showed you. And then those are the only 2 new additions, really. We'll talk about that in 1 second, because there's one more thing. Because right in the back there, I made the dock as well, that little orange bit. And then the bunk bed, I think, is one of the only assets that I found in like the Creator Jam folder or something. It was the first time I ever like wanted a bed, so I looked, where can I find a bed in all of these folders? I'm proud of that bed. And the one thing that's missing is a mini fridge with eggs in it. Good lord, I think I found the fridge. Yeah, I found the fridge. Yeah, it was a lot smaller, so it was like a mini fridge. Oh, goodness gracious. Um, can I resize it right now? Alright, well, I guess it's not easily resizable, but that's totally fine. Clean up the zone here. But you open up this little mini fridge, and you got some eggs in it. And that's another thing that my that Spec did, was I had a stream. No, it wasn't a stream, it was a video. But I was really worried about money and finances and how I couldn't really afford eggs. It was when eggs were extraordinarily pricey. And so one day I came into this world, and he had set up this mini fridge, and I had no idea how Resonite worked, how parenting worked. All I knew is that he had found a fridge that opened, and he had custom put eggs in it, because that was a little Easter egg. He knew that that was something that I would appreciate, and that was another one of the little thoughtful gestures that really helped me feel at home. As far as the other gestures go, I think he generated the land as well. Something else that I put together. Like, he just helped me a tremendous amount, really. But those were all things that really helped me feel at home. One more thing to show you, and then we're done with showcasing the world, and then we'll move on to the next section of the video. And that is these two little videos back here. Those are the only new additions that we've had in this world. Because I was in this world some months ago crying and just being really introspective. And Red came in because he took this little clip of me spewing little philosophy nonsense at group meditation, and it inspired him. He wanted to come, and I suppose it inspired me, not because of me, but because of Red, what he received from me in this moment. And he dropped this off, I suppose, to like help me remember, and it worked. You know, I remembered. And then there's one more. I could bring this one to us, but we're gonna move it like all the others. Is this Shiguri came in, who does a lot of hosts a lot of the karaoke's in Resonite, and came to check in on me and just made a little social visit. And then dropped a little world orb because she said, "Well, I'm gonna go start karaoke now," and then I was able to follow her with this world orb, and so that's kind of a fun addition too. And what I decided to do was look around individually for the framing that would be good for the rest of the video, and this, I suppose, will do well enough. I chose this framing because for me, in this moment right now, to me, this background feels like all just like untapped potential, like new beginnings. Like there's a lot of room for growth. And I remember back then, a year ago, there was so much belief and passion, and I just had so many dreams, and they had more form, I think, than my dreams have now. I can't really say that for sure, but being here now feels really special, and then being able to share it with all of you feels really special. And the reason that I'm here now is because I think I have a direction that I want to head in. And it's actually a place that I've been before, which is not just this world, but Resonite. But part of it was also being able to make things live and interacting with people in a very real sense. Virtual reality only hits the way Resonite hits when you're here. And it doesn't feel like you're playing a game together. This just feels like you're building. It's special to me, at least. At least it kind of used to be. It's becoming once more. But I got wrapped up in myself, my creative industries, and then my relationships, and then that was struggling, and then just being a little bit all over the place and accidentally becoming a little bit ungrounded. And what can I say? Maybe I just don't handle relationships with a lot of grace. Definitely I don't. But I think I can handle this with grace, or at least somewhat. You know, I'm ready to try again. And I don't know if what I'm about to say is going to make a lot of sense, but I have these days a lot of mechanical passion. There's things I want to pull off for pulling off sake. Don't take that out of context. But about this time a year ago, I had more of an emotional ambition or belief. And I have technical skills that I want to work on, but somewhere, some way, somehow, my emotional skills definitely fell back, I think. Or, uh, I don't think that's fair to say, but what I can say is it's all been very egocentric. And another thing you might be able to say is a year ago, I was still learning Finneas Former. How to be myself more casually with people is all still very special, trying to pull that off. And once I learned how, I stopped being Finneas Former in a strange way. In a strange way, this is dramatic language. Just please bear with me for a moment. Because it was immediately onto other relationships in life or moving into streaming in a bigger way, but then trying to be a really good boyfriend and figuring that out. And some of it was mechanically, I'm cool with being Finneas and trying to just be more naked emotionally. And I moved on to develop other skill sets, and at a certain point, forgot the type of emotional body I carried with more ease um, when this world first came to be. And I chose this world at this particular time because it means something to me. And with the new direction I want to head in, which is the old direction, um, I really want to mean what I say. And so I'm kind of invoking the spirit of a place that means a lot to me. To be able to share it with everyone is a really special thing. And to be able to be here again and to know that it's kind of where I want to head, a little bit leveled up. I have 1,000 hours now in Resonite, and I used to have 10. You know, when this world was building out, I think I was probably about 10 to 20 hours in Resonite. So it's going to look different than it could have looked. But this place has something that I don't think any other virtual space has. There's just such a purity there. And I know you can't ever relive the past, but I think you can inform what you liked about the past or what you didn't like, you know? You can learn from your lessons and learn from your mistakes, but I think you can learn from the things that went really well too. I just don't think that that's something that people usually do. And sure, eventually I moved 2,000 miles and then break up. Like 51% get broken up with, but there was enough mutual. It was time to be done. But you're gonna make those moves. Friends will come and go. A lot of life is gonna happen, and it's easy to think negatively about all of the life that's happened in that past year. And that would be doing such a tremendous disservice to the raw heart. There was so much heart in this world and in all of the people who were taking place with it, you know, the people who were included. It was it was good. And that's just not something that I have in wild abundance right now. What I have right now, I'm going to use disparaging language, but for YouTube channels I don't know what to do with, a Twitch channel that I feel like I can't live up to, real world friends who I don't connect with as often as you would have thought because I'm so focused on what I have going on. And even all of the videos on this channel that I have been working on recently, I feel like a lot of it's talking about things that I know or things that I think that I know. And I'm happy chronicling my journey when I'm about to do something hard and I make a video about that. Like that, it does help me. Don't mistake me. There is a lot of good still taking place. But I really feel like I'm in a position that I've been in before where so long as I'm still making videos and trying to figure out what I'm doing creatively, it's very egocentric. That's very much my world, my endeavors, my viewer count, my me. It's all me. And I don't want that anymore. And I'm gonna try and change it. It's definitely an all hands on deck situation internally. And I'm not gonna make a grand, like, oh, we're on hiatus now. Like, I don't know. My uploads are already all over the place. Don't worry about it. I don't know. But I'm really ready to stop focusing on me, what I can do, what a relationship can give to me, what Resonate can give to me, what viewers. Like, I don't care for that. And sure, I still think my thoughts are really special up in here, but other people have really special thoughts too. And as we begin to the close out of the video, I just want to say it was very important to grant a declaration of some sort. I usually don't make many of those. And the declaration is that I'm going to spend more time, not just in Resonite, but with resonate. I mapped out my calendar, a little planner that I have that Spec bought me actually on the last day that when we said goodbye. Um, special little moment there, but I have a planner now. And I went through the month and I mapped out all of the resonite. There's lots of different groups here. There's Fur Earthers, there's Crystalline Shard, Grand Oasis. And I'm sure there's one or two that I'm forgetting, but they all have their own calendars of events, regular things. Fitness Tuesday and Fitness Thursday exist at the same time. Karaoke is twice a week. There's dancing on Wednesdays. I think there's an alcohol, an AA meeting somewhere in there, which I might think about the next time I decide to quit alcohol, which I do a lot. Because I have a theory of myself, and this is going to be the end of the video. So here we go. I feel like there's a lot more belief and joy and playful spirit inside of me than I think that there is. And I spend a tremendous amount of time protecting it because I'm very precious with my ideas and my emotions. I try and bear them and be honest, which I can still only do in front of a camera. It's better than nothing. But I spend so much time protecting what I feel on the inside that I don't spend very much time living it or celebrating in it. And I had that a year ago, absolutely. And I look here, I can feel it and I can remember it so cleanly, like it was yesterday. And this might be like the whole fake it till you make it thing, which I disagree with entirely. But I feel like just going and doing all of the things that I would have wanted to be able to do a year ago, I still had a hard time being too social. I was a wallflower at all of the instances. I mean, only the past month or two, I'm actually saying hi to people in karaoke who I've seen on and off for a year now. But I really want to try. No, I want to do it. I want to do it. And I'm going to do it. And the grand effect of it is this, I think. I've always been really selfishly minded. And as I grow and develop and I realize I want to bring other people into what I'm doing, full stop. No, no, that's the wrong approach. To bring people into what it is that I do, I'm the in charge guy. This is what I'm doing. I'm adding people into the existing thing. But this is all way too special. This world, the people who helped build it, the people who I have been talking with lately, a bunch of friends who I consider pretty close. I don't want them to be added onto what I'm doing. That's not paying proper respect to people. And I think it's much better to understand the people and get to know what they're up to. And then what can I bring to it? And that's the appropriate way to move forward in the life that I desire. And that's it. I'm pretty sure. I could use different language to just talk myself in circles, which I guess I'll do real quick. One more run by. I would get upset at not having other people in my life, and that feels selfish to me. But if I make a quadrant of life about other people, then during those times of my life, there are other people in it. And there you go. In your life, there are now other people. Kind of. That's the working theory. And that's not what I'm like thinking about actively. It's just words you can put to the emotion. That's just what I love doing so much. And I had a lot of this all on my mind because I took a couple of days off and just did some thinking and did some feeling actually. And I feel like we're back or we're close to back. And there's something I need to tidy up before I can dive more into video projects and streaming well when it comes up organically or what have you. But I gotta make sure I get my foundations the right way. Because it's not about me. It's not about me. And I want to internalize that and learn that. And if it's not about me, what is it about? And I think I've got lots of pieces. And I feel like I'm not too far off from being more readily, more casually, more happy or joyful. Because I feel like maybe I am a doofus. It could be the case um, when I let myself be one. And that's more or less where I'm at. That's where my heart's at. And I couldn't possibly leave the channel without, no, not leaving, but I needed to make sure that the people who have been here along for the ride know where I'm at recently, what the ride looks like, what I do want to bring in, because because I've been doing the best that I can. I've been doing that for a really long time, and just take a break, see what's happening now, not what I can do, what can I change, how can I be busy. It's like, nope, how can you experience what's already here? And until I have confidence in that, I'm going to just back burner a few other things and try and be a little bit more fun, a little bit more casual, and get that back up to speed. And now you guys are back up to speed. And what a fun little video we had, because in the past, sometimes we've had fun videos. uh, who am I saying they're all fun videos, but some are more fun than others. And of all of the videos, I've been watching my old stuff too. The ones where it's just guy has thing to talk about and talk. I like that. I like those. And I had some things to talk about today, and I did. I hope you liked it. My content's not going away, but I'm, you know, that's what's going on. That's my update, and I like carrying you guys along with my updates. It means a lot that you guys are here, and I needed you to have that update too. So there you go. I'm gonna go. I am late to fitness began 22 minutes ago. It just took me about 40 minutes longer to film this than I thought it would because I don't know. I tried a few times, and then once I came to this world is when I knew this was what the video needed to be because it's what my emotions were and are, and I needed to be honest, and I was. Talk to you guys later.